Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. So today I will be talking about the Premier League title push. So currently there are two teams who are challenging for the title, the Premier League title for this season. So currently Arsenal have 70 points with 31 matches played, and on the second place we have Manchester City with 61 points with 30 matches played. So they have one game in hand of Arsenal. So if they win that one, they will have 64 points and Arsenal will have 70 points. So that means there will be a 6 points gap between them. But the plus point of for Arsenal is they have a plus 7 of superior goal difference to Manchester City, which can be treated as a extra point in the title charts. So according to me, in my opinion, if Manchester City can win every game from here and on, then they will be favorites for the title. Why I'm saying so? Because Manchester City has just won the Carabao Cup or the League Cup, as we say, and they will have the motivation to be the Premier League champion again. So Guardiola haven't won it in the previous year, so they have the momentum with them by beating Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. So now they will think they will have the mental upper hand over the Gunners, who, by the way, haven't won since 2004. So if I see the matches they have, and also we have to keep in mind Manchester City are out of the Champions League, which means they won't have any midweek competition, midweek games. But Arsenal will have, and Arsenal will face Sporting Lisbon, and we can hope or we can think that they will beat them, so they will qualify for the semi-finals in the Champions League. So they will have more intense game in the midweeks than Manchester City. This is a plus point for Manchester City. Why? Their players will be fresh in every weekend Premier League fixtures, and they will have the motivation and hunger to prove themselves to Guardiola to be in the team for next season, and also they will have less chance of injuries. So now, if I look at the matches that are remaining, so Arsenal have Bournemouth at the Emirates. Manchester City has Chelsea. So that is the next Premier League weekend. So that is on 12th of April. But the game against Chelsea is at the Stamford Bridge. But currently, we all know Chelsea's form is going down. They are going down the table, which is great for us, Manchester United, by the way, for the Champions League spots. So I will hope Manchester City can beat them. Now let's on the next fixtures we have the match, the title decider, Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. So that is the game. So if Manchester City can win the Chelsea one and this one against Arsenal, they will have a huge momentum for the title race over Arsenal. So that is the one they have to win if they want to win the Premier League this season. So now the next match for Manchester City is against Brentford at Etihad. So we can hope we can assume they will win at this stage of the season where they do become dangerous. On the other hand, Arsenal have West Ham. West Ham is also pushing for their survival to stay in the Premier League. So it is a tough game for the Arsenal. That is at the London Stadium, Olympic Stadium, by the way. Okay, so on the 37th match week, Manchester City have Bournemouth at the Vitality, which can be a tricky game, but we Manchester United almost beat them. So if Manchester City are winning these 4-5 matches at a stretch, we all hope or we can guess they will also beat Bournemouth at there. Same match week, Arsenal have Burnley at Emirates, so we can expect them to win that one. Okay. Now, on the other last game, Manchester City have Aston Villa at Etihad, so that is also their home advantage. We can hope or we can think that they will win. They will beat Aston Villa, and also Arsenal have Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace is a tricky game for every club. So on their day, they can beat anyone. They can give travel to anyone. So that is also a tricky game for Arsenal. But the main point is, if Manchester City can win every game, they have 7 games left. If they can gather 21 points, and also by the way, in that time they will face Arsenal. So that is a 6 pointer in the title chart. So if they can beat that one, beat them at Arsenal, then they will have a huge momentum and a huge advantage. So we might think after that game Arsenal can drop up a bit, they can fumble a bit in the title charts as their players are not experienced enough to be in this position to winning things. But Manchester City and Guardiola have done it multiple times over the past decade, so they know how to do it, how to clinch the title, how to get over the line. So can Arsenal do that? This is the biggest chance. We'll have to wait and see. But if Manchester City can win that match against Arsenal at the Etihad, then on my point of view, they will have a bigger advantage than Arsenal to win the Premier League this season. So let's wait and see who can win the Premier League. Hopefully, Manchester United will compete for the Premier League title next season. Yeah. Cheers, bye.